Could the Dogon tribe have known about Sirius B long before telescopes revealed it? The story begins in West Africa with the Dogon, a people whose myths and star lore fascinated early ethnographers and later the wider world. French anthropologists Marcel Grial and Germain de Terlin recorded accounts in the 1930s and 1940s that described an invisible companion to Sirius, which they called Poe, and said it was small, dense, and with a 50-year orbital cycle. That claim ignited headlines because it seemed to match the modern astronomer's discovery that Sirius has a faint white dwarf companion invisible to the naked eye. To some, this sounded like proof that ancient cultures held astonishing astronomical knowledge passed down through generations in ritual and oral tradition. To others, it raised immediate red flags about interpretation, translation, and the possibility of cultural contamination from European visitors. Scholars pointed out that fieldwork methods, leading questions, and the power imbalance between researchers and informants can shape the accounts recorded in the field. Skeptics offered practical explanations ranging from poetic metaphor to post-contact influence, where knowledge of Western astronomy may have entered Dogon stories after contact with missionaries and travelers. Scientists and historians also debated whether the Dogon description truly matched the physical properties of a white dwarf or simply echoed the general idea of a hidden star. The Sirius enigma thus sits at the intersection of anthropology, astronomy, and the human love of mystery, inviting both wonder and rigorous scrutiny. It is a reminder that extraordinary claims require extraordinary evidence, and that cultural context matters when reading myths as literal reports of observational astronomy, regardless of the origin of any specific claim. The Dogon creation stories and seasonal rituals are complex systems of knowledge that serve social, spiritual, and agricultural functions within the community. Modern researchers have sought to reevaluate earlier field reports using improved ethnographic methods, oral history sensitivity, and collaborative approaches that involve Dogon voices and interpretation. The debate over Sirius has also become a broader lesson about how scientists and storytellers frame indigenous knowledge, sometimes privileging sensational readings over the lived meanings those stories hold. Even if the scientific match to Sirius B is disputed, the narrative itself has spurred public interest in astronomy, anthropology, and the ethics of research, prompting museums, academics, and filmmakers to revisit how they represent such encounters. For viewers, the Dogon story is less about a single smoking gun and more about the fascinating ways that humans look up at the sky and weave those observations into culture, meaning, and identity. If this mysterious blend of stars and stories sparks your curiosity, subscribe to the channel and leave a comment sharing your theory about the Dogon and Sirius.